This is right at the head of Eagle Island. The Boise River comes down, there's a footpath right here, and it splits. There's the north channel, this is the south channel. So a concern is because a lot of water has been flowing through this section and into this pond, we don't want the river to divert and do what's called a pit capture, break through this wall and have the river come into here, because it may come all the way through here and come all the way back, and potentially the worst case scenario is the entire Boise River go down the south channel, and it would stay there for a little ways and then it'd try to go back to the north. So that's why all the protective measures, we've installed a HESCO barrier with the Corps of Engineers all along this bank clear down to here, 4,300 feet, and it comes all the way down to here. And then we recently, water started coming across here, going through the field and trying to cut back into this area. So we put a 600-foot diversion tube along this stretch of the green belt right there to prevent that from flanking the wall that we put in. So that's it's a complicated issue, and one that we hope doesn't happen, and that we've been taking as many mitigation measures as we can to prevent that. Over here is, you can't see it in this photo, is the Boise City Wastewater Treatment Plant. So it's an extremely important critical facility that, again, we would want to make sure we protect at all costs, and that's by putting the HESCO wall in there. And some folks have asked why all these steps to protect just the homes on Eagle Island, and what it really is protecting this pit, and that this pit could have potential major consequences if that pit capture were to occur and the water come through here and try to get back to the river. Right here, I think we're in pretty good shape, other than the water is still at the end of the green belt here, is still now starting to cross over the green belt in a few places. And the challenge is that the water table is so high that water is coming up in multiple locations in this area. So no sandbags or diversion tubes can stop or prevent that. So it's just nature taking its course with that high water table coming up. This is Linder Road, and those two channels come back together right here, and then they continue on down. So another challenge area that we have right now is the river broke through in this location and has done a pit capture right here. And so the river now is a good portion of the river, rather than staying in the channel, is cutting through this pond into this pond, and it's making its way into the Highway 16 bridge. You could see this multiple alluvial fans in here, and where the old river channels used to be. So the river's kind of reclaiming some of that and coming through. So
are there houses in there? Are there farms? What's in there?
There are back here and back here. There's a lot of, I'd say the homes here aren't threatened, but their fields are certainly, a lot of it is underwater and not farmable. And then the water comes back together into Highway 16. This is the new bridge. Now this area is called Stonebriar, and there's a lot of water back around these homes right in here. So you can see again the river, it comes across, these are old river channels, and it comes through this area. The main channel of the Boise River is up there, but it's cutting through and coming down through these homes right here. This is a private road, a private bridge. I can show you photos. So the water is almost 2 feet deep going over the top of that. So that makes it the access extremely difficult to those 3 homes in there. This is what the bridge looks like with the water going over the top.